we're going to look at how to deliver results-driven blended learning solutions. We're going to talk about what the drivers are for change in training and learning and development and how it's delivered. Then I want to talk about what these alternative methods are that we are seeing are working really effectively in delivering fantastic results through blended learning. For the first time in our history, we've now got 5 different generations working side by side at the desks in our workplaces around the country and around the world. And I've broken them down here because these different generations have a huge impact on organizations because they have different generational learning styles. But over and above e-learning, obviously, as we mentioned with the technology people have got in their hands, mobile learning is driving more and more interest now to get learning out to people wherever they are. Web conferencing like we are today, and not just coming into webinars, but using web conferencing applications like Adobe Connect and WebEx to really have fully engaging virtual classroom experiences where you can run a full training course without even being in the same room or the same location anymore. And also, from a point of view of spaced repetition, it's been proven that repetitive activities really do help to embed the learning so that learners can complete one mode of learning and then switch to another to reinforce and aid their retention. So having a chance to ask someone to maybe read a document, carry out some learning, go back to the workplace and then come back with a spaced amount of time to repeat that learning, perhaps in a different modality, maybe view a video or do an experiential piece of work. But again, repeating and reviewing what has been taught has been proven to be a much better and effective way. What's the recipe for success? Okay, the secret to making blended online learning a success is to keep it simple, make it really easy for the learner to use, and engaging for the learners. Okay, so Bray Leino's approach to blended learning puts the learner right in the center. We're talking about a learner-centric strategy. Too often you see tool-centric strategies, I call them, where LMSs have been selected to help manage content for the administrators and the organization to manage their wealth of e-learning materials and so on, rather than thinking about a learner-centric system that is all about the learner's experience. Blended learning should reduce the emphasis on classroom training, which in turn could lead to some significant cost savings. So obviously these have to be offset against the costs incurred to create your blended learning alternative. However, if the blended learning is going to provide a replacement for ongoing training that would have taken place in the classroom, then those savings soon stack up through the long-term reduction in your costs for the classroom facilities, such as equipment, energy, maintenance costs, costs for instructor time when you're reducing and repurposing those courses, and probably the hardest hitting cost of them all is the cost for learners to attend, the travel, the hotels, cover for them at the workplace, and your opportunity costs in the business while they're away in a classroom. So if you can move some of your classroom activity into that blended online approach, you're going to see some real return through those cost savings. Yeah, thanks everyone for your time.